Thanks for joining me to do yoga today. This class is going to be a little shorter than usual. I tried to record the class from last night during the Zoom, like 2 computers. I felt very fancy, but it didn't work. So today, I thought I would film my morning practice. I don't always teach my morning practice, but I thought, well, I'm going to be on my yoga mat anyway, so this might help some people. I'm hypermobile, so I don't do a lot of stretching. I do a lot of strengthening, so it might not look like your typical yoga class, but just do what you can. I also do quite a bit of breathing exercises, usually like 15 to 20 minutes. I won't do it that long, but if you're like, ooh, that sounds good, you can stop it and do yours a little bit longer. All right, so find a comfortable seat, whatever you need. Sit up nice and tall, maybe the eyes closed, or maybe just gaze softly at the floor. And start to tune into your surroundings. Notice what it's like for you to be in this space. Notice how your body feels, if there's balance in your sitting posture, if you can find center. I've got a noisy cat walking around. And once you find what feels like balance and center, feel your sitting bones rooted to the spot. Feel the crown of the head gently reaching up, maybe more energetically than like having to fix or perfect your posture. Right? So you're rooted down, but you're also reaching up. Shoulders broad, heart open. And now that you've become aware of your space and your body, fill it with breath. Slow down. And just play with it. See how it feels to breathe. What if there was no, right way to do this? That really just showing up, being curious, that's the right way. So starting to move into your complete breath, or sometimes we call it 3-part yogic breath. Inhaling until the belly expands, then the ribs, then the chest. And exhale, feel the chest deflate, then the ribs, then the belly. And just let that wave of sensation of your breath move through you. Thinking about your breath like a way to see, right? Like it's lighting up your experience internally, so you can feel your lungs, you can feel the chest. You could feel what's happening in your body because of the breath. If you want, you can add ujjayi, or the ocean sounding breath, soft constriction in the back of your throat. If it's winter right now, I don't know when you're watching this video, but it's winter and it's snowy outside, so it's really dry in my house. So sometimes ujjayi doesn't work. So if it doesn't work for you today, that's fine. Right? If you have any like irritation in your throat or dryness, it might not feel great to do it today. But stick with that slow, deep breath, letting your mind just ride the wave of breath through your body. And I usually layer on a third breathing practice. So I do that 3-part yogic breath, I do the ujjayi, and I add alternate nostril breathing. So next time you find yourself inhaling, if you want to do it, close your right nostril, maybe with your thumb of your right hand, inhale left. When you're full, close the left nostril, exhale right. Inhaling right. Switch when you're ready, exhale left. Now sometimes I switch hands on every breath. So keep going. It's an inhale, a switch, an exhale. The reason I switch hands is to start that pause, to hold the inhale. And if you want, you can start to increase the hold. So you inhale, you hold, and then you exhale. Once you find a rhythm, check back in with your body. Can you let your mind be absorbed in this practice of how it feels? To sit and breathe. And next time you exhale through the left nostril, allowing that to be the last one in alternate nostril breathing before you release your hand. And just sit with the energy that you've cultivated. If you want to keep going, pause the video, keep going. And as you tune into your body, I have a senior dog that needs to get in here. Come on, baby. As you tune into your body, after your breathing practice, see if anything just naturally wants to be moved or shifted. Right? Often I sit for a while just sitting and kind of waiting for my body to move. And seeing how it wants to move today. Now that's a little hard to do in a class, whether you're teaching or taking it. But just seeing like where movement begins. Right, I'm doing this practice in the morning. So for me, my body was still for about 8 hours. So there is, some stiffness. So you're just inviting your body to unwind that stiffness. Millie, or Aunt Mildred, as we call her now that she's older, might be blocking the shot right now. Not sure. And see if you can let go of the need to make sure that you are symmetrical. Like your body isn't always, obviously we're symmetrical. We have, bilateral limbs and most of us, some of us don't. But if your body is really focusing on one side, can you trust that? Come here, Millie. Come here. Not sure how much she hears or sees these days. Good. And eventually make your way back to center. And just sit with stillness again. Sit with your breath, your body, the space you're in. Good. And when you feel ready, you can emerge from your seat. If you need to stretch or move or rearrange, let your body do what it needs to do. Millie takes a while to lie down, so she's going to let gravity take over eventually. She's got some stiff back legs. There she goes. She's had some falls lately, so she's a little extra cautious. There we go. All right. So typically when I'm teaching, I do no hands, no knees, down, generally. My morning practice includes those things, so I was going to include them here. If that's for you, you can do most of these things from sitting. We're going to do cat and cow. I'm going to add that little strengthening element that I was talking about earlier. For me, just stretching my body every day is not great. I need to honor the limits, even though my body can fold up like an origami crane. Doesn't mean I should, right? So when I do cat and cow, I curl my toes under. And when I inhale, I pull my hands and knees and feet towards the middle, towards each other, right? As I arch the back. So it's gentle. You're not like really cranking on your back. And as I exhale, I push my feet and hands and knees away from each other, away from the center as I arch. And I can move back into that slow, deep breath. So inhale, hands, knees, feet, pull towards center as I arch. Nothing major, just can you let it be really gentle? Exhale, push. So this is something I learned that can help like the connective tissue. So it's sort of like an isometrics where we stay still and just hold strength, but then we're like pushing against it. And that'll be a little more clear when we do the next one. So if this gentle strength doesn't work for you, just do a typical cat and cow, just warming up the spine. And I have to be careful because I know when I teach, I don't always tune into my body. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment as I do this. Remember, you guys are joining me for my morning practice today. Good. And then from here, as long as your knees are still okay, you can uncurl the toes, knees a little wider. I might do this at a diagonal. And I'm going to bring my forearms down. So isometrics is just creating a little, like you're not moving past a joint. Like think plank is an isometric move. So I'm going to push my forearms down, and that just like fires up the muscles in my shoulders. I can hug my belly in so I'm not arching the back, right? Make sure the neck is relaxed. So there's my isometrics, but I'm going to move my body past it into an isotonic, which means you're moving past the joint. So as I push just a little bit, it's nothing major, I'm going to draw my hips towards my heels. I'm going to relax and come back up. So I gently push the forearms into the ground. Relax the neck. Draw back. Relax to come up. Oh, and I couldn't think of it before, but the website, the Floss, is where I learned some of this stuff. So you can certainly join them. Good. And then you can play with a little, like, do you do a little tiny bit of cat and cow in each one? Like, I arch the back just a little bit on that one. I'm going to round the back a little bit on this one. So it's subtle, right? It's subtle, it's gentle. Good. And then we go over to one side. I'm going to go like this. So bring your arms over to the right. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to get a little bit more at the left side. This is where my shirt comes up. So remember, be gentle. Tune into your body, deepen your breath. Good. And then we'll do the other side. Hands a little bit more to the left than centered. Push the forearms down, draw your hips back. Playing with that tiny, tiny little tilt of the pelvis forward or back. And usually I attempt to count so that I'm even, but when I'm teaching, it's so hard to talk and count and feel my body. All right, so come back up to table. We're just going to do, I lost my battery pack here. We're going to push the hips forward into an up dog and then draw the hips back into child's pose. So take a breath. Inhale. As you exhale, come up into cat. Just typical, normal, no pushing, pulling, and roll into upward facing dog. Yeah, so we want to make sure that the strength that we're adding doesn't take away our flexibility, right? That we're still warming up the body. Shoulders draw back. Yeah. I keep dropping my battery pack. All right, we'll do one more floss move. This one adds a little twist. Let's see if I can keep this thing from falling off. Sorry. All right, I'm going to do this one this way. So kind of like before, knees wide, toes together, forearms up. So palms up, forearms up. And arms together. So for me, as soon as I do this, my back wants to arch. So I'm going to hug the belly in a little bit, push up. So you're going to push your forearms down. Nothing major, just gentle. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, keep pushing the forearms down as you dip your shoulders to the left and turn your head a little up towards the sky. Good. Relax to come back up. So really your legs do the work to bring you back up. And then do it again. Gentle push down. Belly comes in. You tip to the right. Look up over your left shoulder. Gently come back up. So push into the floor. Gently roll your shoulders left. Look up. And come back up. So don't do a ton of these. So it's not a complete twist here, but twisty, right? And I always start with my left shoulder down. So I want to try to make sure that I end with the right shoulder down. Good. So when you're done, you can come back up. Palms down, table, push the hips forward, upward facing dog. Exhale into child's pose. Now we did a lot with the legs kind of folded. So we're going to stretch them out. So find your way onto your back. Good. You can bring your knees into your chest. You can rock a little bit, or really whatever would feel good. Good. And from here, you can hug the belly into the spine, kind of flatten your back just a little bit. That little Pilates move, right? You can bring your limbs up towards the ceiling and just rotate. Whew. Hands at wrists, feet at ankles. Keep the belly just a little bit engaged, just to keep your back flat. It's really more about practice than anything else, because we want to get so this feels a little more normal. Good. And then you can bend and straighten. Don't worry about end range, deep stretches. That's not what we're after. Just moving joints. Oh, good. Feet to the floor, wide apart. Knees bent. Let's see. How do I want to explain this? Let's start with just knees going side to side to start. So for me, I can be flexible, but I want to stretch a little bit, but I don't want to go into end range. So just notice where you feel it. Lately, my thighs have been feeling really tight. We're going to stretch the back as well. So next time the knees go to the right, I'm going to extend my right arm. I'm going to draw the left arm past the right and just twist my body, or kind of roll over a little bit, and then unroll. I'm going to go to the other side. Hi, June. Right? You can also bring the arm that crosses midline up at a diagonal. That's going to change. June's only happy if I'm providing warmth or food to her. So she's a heat-seeking kitty. Hello. And if, in case I didn't language that well, because I got distracted by a cat, I am doing it. You're basically just rolling over. Finding that stretch through the hips, the quads. For me, I feel it through my whole back. Excuse me, June. Oh, I got tangled up in kitty. Okay, you can come back to center. Notice how you feel. All right. So we're going to do a little Pilates move. That belly hugging down, back flat against the yoga mat. Juniper, you got to let me do my thing here. I'm going to go at a diagonal so that I don't run into my couch. Okay. So belly strong. Back flat against the yoga mat. The lumbar likes to curve, so we're just trying to push it down. You can bring your knees up so that the knees are above your hips. Your shins are parallel to the ground. You can bring your arms up. So you want to focus on getting those shoulders relaxed, making sure the neck stays relaxed. For some people, this is plenty. I like to move opposite limbs. So I'm going to take as I inhale, the right arm's going to go overhead. The left leg, fixed in that 90-degree angle, is going to find the floor or close to it. And then you exhale to come back up. Inhale, left arm, right leg, find the floor. Belly strong, back flat. And breathe your way back up. So the inhale sends your limbs down. The exhale brings them back up. And this is hard for me to do in talk, so I'm going to focus on my body here. Slow and steady. Found a cat. All right, so when you're done, pull the knees in, give a little rock side to side. You can also bring your feet wide like we did before and let them go side to side. You can add the cross body or not. It's up to you. I like it because my back isn't, it doesn't feel so good to twist all the time. All right, and you can come back to center. Let me find my block. If you have a yoga block, you can grab it. Make sure I'm on camera here. Okay, there we go. I need one of those round yoga mats so I can go every which way. All right, so same thing. Hug your belly into the floor, into the spine flat against the floor, lumbar 2. Knees come up, shins parallel. All right, you can hold a yoga block. Now, I don't think I've ever spoken through this one, so let me see if I can articulate it. So I'm going to send the arms overhead. I might run into my couch. Yep. Good. And then come back up, tap a knee. I'm going to do my right one. And then send the knee down as the arms go overhead. Come back up, tap the other knee. Send that leg down as you bring the arms overhead. So just like a little bit of proprioception. Okay, especially if you do this with the eyes closed, but keep the belly strong. Tap the knee, it goes down. You don't have to bring your arms over that far. Even just at like a 45-degree angle will cause you to, really strengthen the upper abdominal muscles. Good, and that feels like plenty for me. So when you're done, feet wide. Knees can go side to side. If you want a little deeper stretch, you can bring your arms overhead. You can also do that kind of rolling over thing we did. That's not necessarily a deeper stretch, but it just kind of gets through a wider range of muscles. Good. You can also, if you're using a block, take your block, put it underneath your sacrum, and do a little modified bridge. You can do a regular bridge if you want. If you don't have a block, you could also use a pillow or a blanket. Good. And from here, I like when I'm using the block to bring my legs out. I bring my arms overhead. I stretch. I don't do this for too long. And I keep it in the low setting. So bendy body people, just because you can bend over a tall block doesn't mean you should. We want to protect the joints. We want to make sure the everything stays strong and not overstretched. Good. You can lift your hips. Release the block. All right. So if you bring your, don't want to do it this way. Yeah, if you bring your right leg up, you can do this with the foot down or the foot up. It's a little easier with the foot down. So knee, again, right over hip, shin parallel to the ground. Hug your belly against the ground. And then your left leg can extend. So you're going to have it straight along the ground. Point your toes, bring it up. Flex your foot, bring it down. I'm going to bring my leg down. It's just a little easier. But that's how you can grade it to make it more challenging. So point your toes, belly strong, bring the leg up. I play with the angle, so, I'm not going to go up too far. Flex your foot, come down. We don't want to push into a deep stretch. We're just warming up. So belly strong, back flat, shoulders relaxed. Now you can let your mind go through the whole body. Good. And then release your leg. Just give it a moment. Relax your back. Good. And we'll do the other side. So hug the belly in, left foot on the ground, right leg extends long, hovered above the ground. Point your toes, inhale up, flex the foot, exhale down. So move with your breath. Inhale, pointed toes go up. Exhale, flexed foot goes down. Relax the shoulders. Deepen the breath. Hug the belly down, flatten your lumbar. Good. When you feel like that leg is fatigued, you can bring it down, feet wide. Let your knees go side to side. My back is really only liking it when I roll over, so the knees are going to go right and I'm going to roll. But whichever way you want to do this is fine. I'm just trying to warm up my back. My back doesn't love being still all night, and I wake up in some, stiffness and some pain. So I got to get it to release. When people ask me why I started doing yoga, my answer is always simple. One word: pain. Pain got me to start doing yoga. So we really want to honor your body, honor what it needs. All right, so come back to center. And sometimes I up the challenge. So those two were challenging. I'm going to up the challenge just for a moment. I don't do it for very long, but I like to see where I'm at today. So I start with that Pilates move. Belly hugs in, back is flat. I'm going to use my yoga block. I'm going to come up just like I did before. I'm going to move a little bit with the knees over hips. There we go. And the shins parallel. And I'm going to move my legs and arms together. This is going to make it more challenging. So inhale, legs and arms go down towards the ground. They don't have to go all the way. And then you come back up, and the block goes between the knees. And then they go down, arms overhead. And then you keep grabbing the block. So similar to that proprioceptive one we did before, but this time the block keeps going back and forth between your hands and your knees. And this one is harder, so I can't really talk. All right, when you're done, block under your sacrum. A little stretch. You can straighten the legs if you want. Arms overhead. So when we do those Pilates moves, our body is in that almost like a chair shape, right? So we want to make sure that doesn't get too stiff through the hips. Do a little back bend. Good. Also a good opportunity to bring the legs up. Just very relaxed, nothing challenging, just floating the legs up, moving them around. Come back to the breath. Back to the body. I'm going to bring my feet down. You can bring your feet down or keep them up as long as you want. Good. You can lift your hips, slide your block, and find your way in as nice a way on your spine as you can, upright to seated. All right, and I'm going to fight with this battery pack again. And I said there was going to be a shorter class, but I didn't even look at my clock. I have no idea how much time we've got. So I'm just going to do my thing. All right, so from here, I'm going to play with that strengthening some more. With forearms down, like a forearm plank, and then come down into Sphinx or a modified cobra. So elbows underneath shoulders. Heart is open. So hug the belly back a little bit so we don't want to overarch the back. Now we're going to lift and lower. I like to do this with the knees bent and the feet up, but everybody's different. And I'm on my thinner yoga mat, so I need to do it this way. So push the arms down without lifting up and just feel the strength in your shoulders. Make sure that your neck is relaxed. Good. And then you can slowly lift your hips up into a knee down, forearm plank, and then slowly lower back down. Good. So hug the belly into the spine. Slowly lift up. Relax your neck. Slowly lower down. Good. And when you're done, I like to walk my forearms back, my knees up, come into child's pose. Good. Come up. Do a few cat and cows without strength, without pushing or pulling. I mean, obviously there's strength. I just mean without that resistance. All right, come back into child's pose. You can reach your arms to the right. Find a stretch on the left side. Nothing major, just gentle. Come back through center, right arm crosses over, stretching the right side. Good, you can come back up, a little up dog again, just stretch the hip flexors. Beautiful. Sometimes that's my practice. Sometimes that's it. I was thinking about doing a little standing, just for good measure. I am going to check my time. All right, so I like to do chair. I do it with a block or a Pilates ball. I had one somewhere. So you hug gently, legs against the block. Nothing major. Find your mountain. Stand up nice and tall. Palms face forward. Good. You can actually bend your arms at the elbow. Sorry. Palms up. You're going to bring your arms out. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. Keep the belly strong. And hold 5 seconds. Back of the neck long. Good. And then come back. Good. We're going to do that again. Palms go away from each other. Shoulder blades squeeze like you're trying to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. But you don't want to arch the back. So keep the belly strong. Keep the neck relaxed. Hold for 5 seconds. And then release. Release the arms. So we're going to sit in our chair. Same thing. Right. Back nice and straight. Obviously, there's a little bit of an angle here. But as best you can, you want to shift your weight back into your heels. Just a little bit. You can bring your arms open again. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze. Good. And release. Lengthen up. We're going to do that similar with the arms like goal posts. So you can sit in your chair. Press the arms back. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze. Keep breathing. Belly strong. Good. Come back up. I think that's more than 5 seconds. That's okay. We're going to do it again. If you liked this first one, you can go back to that one. Good. Then fold over the legs. Release your block. Just hang heavy. Let your back have a nice stretch. Good. You can roll your way back up. And when you get there, just pause. Notice how you feel. Good. And from here, you can find your way back down. Seated comfortably on a block or blanket. And notice how your body feels, if there's any movement. That the neck or shoulders want. Any movement through the spine. Start to move your breath through your body. Slow, deep, rhythmic. You can bring hands into prayer. You can bow your head to your heart. Just send yourself gratitude for everything your body can do, everything your mind can do, everything your heart is willing to let go of, but also take in. Thank you.